Hello and welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Maxwell.
Max, how are things going out wherever you're at in the mysterious Etherland?
Well, I tell you, out here in the American Midwest, they could be better.
I think you're in the West officially.
You don't think Middle West?
I think you're in the middle of the West.
Mountain
So
West, maybe.
yeah, you're rocking that sweet mountain time,
Yeah, I'm sucking down that Rocky Mountain air.
Perfect.
Which
are you getting like terrible bronchitis from all that beautiful, crisp air quality out there?
I'm coughing up chunks every single day.
That'll do it.
I might as well be a pack-a-day smoker, and I don't touch the stuff. That's how bad the smog is getting.
So, more importantly, do you think that crisp, clean, and congested Colorado air is going to make you a better cyclist? I hear really good things about altitude training, especially in wildfire smoke.
Absolutely. When I get back to the East Coast, I'm basically going to be a regular Usain Bolt. I'm probably
a real Lance Armstrong, maybe
with an extra nut.
Yeah, but with both nuts.
Like, that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, my performance is going to increase tenfold by the time I'm at sea level again. That's for sure.
Nice.
We love to hear it.
Eric, is there any news in DeWitt land? I guess we should do that in our segment, catching up with the DeWitt's. Huh? Let's just jump into our main topic.
So this week we are talking about a really special thing, and I'm glad that we have Max here, or otherwise known as Master Gorb, because this week we are talking about the one and only Gorbius. That's right, the ancient Greek city of Gorbius, which is a city of the Tecto Sages in ancient Galatia. So, wild things, really.
All right, well, Eric, why don't you tell us how great Galatia is this time of year? Because I last time I was there, it was awesome, and it was.
I heard it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The problem with Galatia is similar to the lost city of Atlantis. It's lost. So I don't know how you were there last year without walking through some weird interdimensional portal that brought you to the beautiful city. Because I, for one, I tried looking it up on a map and I got nothing. Can you believe that?
Oh, well, I paid a guy in Greece. I hopped on the motorboat, and he told me we were going to Galatia. And I was like, all right, man. And then we did a whole ton of mushrooms, and then we were in Galatia. So that's how I got there.
Oh, I forgot. That's the recreational way to get in. You hop on the train.
If I recall correctly, last time I was at Galatia, I blacked out on the way. I absolutely blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy. It's the Guantanamo Bay of the world, and by that I mean it's located on Guantanamo Bay. Okay.
So anyway, Gorbius.
Yeah.
What's so great about Gorbius? Obviously, besides all the recreational drug use.
Well, he's the son of Secundarius, who's pretty cool, and he married the daughter of Deiotarus, who murdered his son-in-law and his own daughter, and then destroyed some castles and ruined basically all of Gorbius. So I believe that he got insanely blackout drunk one night, and he went wild and just rampaged.
Oh yeah, no, this dude Eric, he just kept going. Like he went full on. He went past rampage mode after about like 6 o'clock, and he just went full like tell his life story to everyone. Like we didn't want to hear this stuff, man. He was saying how he sacked a bunch of dudes.
I heard that he had only had 2 flagons of wine the entire night, and the thing is, the second one was non-alcoholic.
Oh yeah, I think this guy just needed a shoulder to cry on. Like,
listen, to his credit, he had only had one leg of mutton before his first flagon.
That's fair. I know, I can speak from personal experience. When you take a flagon straight to the belly without any sustenance in there, it makes you do some crazy things.
Right. You drink a flagon before you have your mutton and then get back to me. Okay?
I mean, I remember the last time I did that. I'm pretty sure I destroyed the first half of the town of Essex. So I took out the E and the S. All that was left was the sex.
Yeah, that happened. Good
It
news is
took
I can
like
hold a flag
multiple
in, and
months.
so I was, this guy is just going off, telling me these sob stories, and I'm like, dude, you can't say this stuff, not in front of your boy Max and I. So we're over there in Gorbius, and the guy he keeps going off. What are we gonna do? What was the worst thing Gorbius did?
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Probably
I
giving
think
those.
I think it was when he released the pack of chupacabras on the town.
I was gonna say it was when he gave out those launch codes.
Oh yeah, he kept going on about how much he loved Chupacabra love. It was super weird, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Something like his pet chupacabra deserved like more, and that it just wasn't getting its satisfied. It wasn't getting its needs satisfied. Something like that.
Yeah, and this guy just releases them, man. It was wild, right, Max?
I mean, the bits and pieces I remember.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
let's be
Same.
real. We were all on Corvius's side that night. It was crazy.
If you're not riding with Gorb, you're just riding dirty. That's what I always say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not gonna step in front of a sex crazed chupacabra.
All right. Well, on that note, let's move into a very important topic. Keeping up with the DeWitzes. So, Alex, what's there to keep up with?
I got a job, but like not yet though. So it's party time.
Hey,
I did hear that you were. Ooh. See, I have been personally working on my beer. Was it my brewery triathlon, my beerathon, if you will? So
Oh yeah,
right now
the
I'm training right
beerathon is
now.
pretty good. I heard you did a training beerathon last weekend.
That's right. 6 beers, section of running. So I mean, you start swimming and then you beer and then you swim more. Then you do
Right.
half of your bike ride, beer, half more bike, beer, and then half of your run and then beer and then more running. So
now are you traveling with these beers, or are you stopping on the way to have them?
oh no, you stop and you enjoy a beer because you aren't gonna abuse a beer by drinking it too fast, especially if it's a nice high quality beer made with
Right.
homegrown hops.
I mean, I imagine you're sucking down IPAs every leg of this triathlon. Am I
Oh
right to
god,
assume
and it
that?
hits.
Oh, two IPAs every leg. Yeah, you
Let's
gotta.
just
The trick
say-
is finding breweries within the proximity for the triathlon. But once you got the course set, it's set.
Now that
No.
seems tough, especially with a swimming section involved.
Okay, so you know what they say. It's really hard when you're trying to, drink a flagon of wine with no mutton in your stomach. This is the same idea.
Yeah, exactly the same. All right, Eric. Well, I think we've done enough catching up with the DeWitzes. You want to put old Max here into the hot seat?
Oh
I
boy,
think-
I'm in the
I
hot
think
seat.
I think that's what
Yeah.
we got to do. And first things first, Mr. Master Gorb.
Let me actually cut you off here, and I will mention we talked about this a bit pre-podcast, but I do have my lawyer with me, and I will be asking him for advice periodically through this because it's been a while since I've been in the hot seat.
Totally fine. Really understandable. These questions are gonna pry into your inner psyche.
And I'm here for it.
This one's gonna cut deep, Mister. But raincoat or rain jacket?
See, for me, I'm raincoat through and through.
Ooh, all right.
Rain jacket? I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
All right. Let's start easy. Pasta or pizza?
There's nothing easy about that, Alex.
This is going to isolate a lot of friends and family. This hits very close to home because for you viewers who can't see my mountain of chest hair right now, I'm very Italian. So half of the family is ostracized, whichever I pick. But
Naturally.
just on a personal level, I think I have to go with pizza.
Ooh.
All right.
I've been making personal pizza since I was a wee lad.
All right. On that theme, Little or Big Italy?
Listen, on the streets of Burlington, I'm known as Little Italy. So that's kind of a no-brainer.
That's true. When
All right.
I saw this man, I only thought that's Little Italy. So
The best batteries, Max.
Oh, the best batteries?
Yep.
Ace. Double A Ace. And don't come at me. Can I swear on this podcast?
oh yeah, sure.
I'll bleep it.
Offer me one of those little bullshit triple A's, and you're out of here. You're never coming back into my household again. Double A through and through.
All right. That's admirable. Favorite water flavor?
Dasanji. Dasani? Sanji?
Sanji?
I'm partial to Mountain Blast, but Dasani's pretty good too. Compute her or compute him?
Compute him.
All right. Wildfire or domestic fire?
I'm domestic through and through.
Okay, yeah, that's that. I totally see what you're coming at that angle with. And finally, Waluigi or Wario?
Oh, this one's easy. Waluigi. That boy is thick with 4 C's.
That's
Ooh.
totally fair. Actually, Waluigi, for our listeners at home, is the skinny one. And I just thought of one more question, which is Gorby us or Gorby them?
I'm sticking with my theme of domestic fires. It's Gorby us.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's a hot seat.
I have one final. So I know he already was very divisive in saying pizza over pasta. So white pizza or red pizza?
I mean, Eric, you can't do it.
I'm gonna have to grab my lawyer real quick.
The seat's not a lava seat, dude. That's insane.
I was just asking
Lawyer?
for him to get,
Come over here. I need you. I can't simply answer that off the cuff. I need my lawyer here.
That's fair. We understand. It's the seat got a little too hot. Put that in the tally books.
So I'm in the hot seat right now, and I just got asked a hard-hitting question.
Okay.
It was, if I'm not mistaken, it was white pizza, or did you say pepperoni?
Red pizza.
Red, like with the sauce.
With the sauce.
Because you're not allowed to say what, so it has to be marinara pizza.
In the theme of inclusiveness, it's marinara pizza.
Oh, so the pizza gotta be red, huh?
No, not red.
Not red.
We never said red.
Marinara. We did not say.
No one ever said red. Never used the terms white pizza.
All right.
All right, great. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, we appreciate the answer.
Stricken from the record.
Oh yeah, no. We got this down as Max, aka Little Italy, saying marinara pizza.
Yes. With if you can toss in 2 more syllables on that as well, we'll allow it.
All right.
Okay. Some Mariano.
There we go.
All right. So yeah, that wraps up that segment. That was some good stuff. Eric, do you want to move on to the segment that everyone loves, which is really what we're known for, which is answering questions from the internet?
I think it's time. That we get. You know what? I'm just going to jump into something that's really close to my heart.
Well, Eric, hold up. You got to hold up here. Because I got to answer a question that was asked from one mom, which is, why don't you boys do more of those questions from the internet instead of your true crime podcasts? Because I think they're better. So the answer to that is, we're working on it, Mom. We're trying.
The real thing is, Mom, get off my back. I am a grown man who likes true crime podcasts, okay? I'm a true crimer now, Mom. Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, on the theme of podcasts, my lawyer and I are actually rolling something out. It's in the experimental phase.
Oh, nice.
Is it a true crime podcast?
You could call it.
Because I'm a true crimer now.
You could call it that. It's like a true crime podcast with a heavy focus on soup and sports.
All right. What's the name of this podcast?
I'm so glad you asked.
I'm very glad you asked. We're calling it Soup and Sports.
I don't see. That's a little confusing because I don't really get the sports or the soup, but I do get the true crime, so I can approve of that.
Let me paint you a picture. What's your name?
It's Eric. I'm
Eric.
sorry,
Eric,
Mr. Lawyer,
Eric
man.
Alex.
Yeah.
Listen, Eric, Alex. Let me paint you a picture. All right. You just had a long day at work. You want to relax. You want to sit on the couch. You want some prime time entertainment. You want a little bit of true crime, a little bit of soup, a little bit of sports. You log onto your phone. You type in soup and sports, and you're immediately hit with the sound of a man slurping chili as hard as they can.
I love it.
Now, if that's not the most relaxing thing I've ever heard in my life, then I think we're just talking to the wrong people, truth.
No, I love that.
In that crisis of consciousness, that's what I need. That's what's going to get me through it. It's going to be soup and sports with Max and his lawyer.
I
Yeah.
mean, the
See, my
the
lawyer,
real
my lawyer,
question.
he knows sports.
I-
Me, I know soup.
right.
So I have a question on the topic here. When a particularly large chili bean gets slurped into the mouth, does the other sports guy scream "Goal"? Because I know I would if I was in that instance.
So I'm very, very glad you asked. We actually have a couple AED devices on premise just in case that does happen. We're both we have our CPR cards that we got from middle school still on us as well. So we are fully fledged on that end.
Because me, I'm the type of guy who likes my soup thin.
Yeah. And it's only chili. So we don't really need to ask any further about any other soup because it'll always be chili.
Perfect. I understand through and through. I was gonna say, I gotta tell this really heart pressing question I have. All right,
Yes.
and that is, why are we canceling Luigi? And what did he do? This great man and his Italian ice. What did he do to get canceled?
So, Eric, I went to the Italian ice store the other day looking for some Luigis, and they didn't have any Luigis. They only had Lindy's, and I want to know why I can't get my Luigis anymore.
Exactly. Well, I did see the rumors out there that Luigi was Cuomoing a few things out there, so I'm a little worried.
He was
Max,
putting his
do you have
dad's
any
name
input?
on big bridges.
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
did you hear about the Luigi Senior Memorial Bridge? It's absolutely wild.
Well, I mean, it's been up for far too long, and nobody's writing about this.
But yeah, Max, do you have any insight on what Luigi did? Because I've heard a few rumors, and I'd love to discuss them on this podcast. Because
Listen,
that's right. This week we are investigative journalists.
Very close to home. Okay, my family is a Luigi family through and through. My lawyer's telling me to plead the fifth, but I just can't keep my mouth shut about this. I can't keep my mouth shut about this. All those
It's
rumors
gone too
going
far.
up, tax fraud, okay, tax fraud, the theft, the adultery, it's all lies.
Oh, so you're saying he's innocent? Luigi's innocent?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. If you talk to me, Luigi's innocent.
Okay. See, I don't know. I heard he was hanging out with that man, Big Yoshi, and he was sitting there, and he was like, "I'm gonna commit tax fraud today," and boom, that's how Luigi gets caught up in this tax fraud business, you know?
Now, there's no need to bring Yoshi into this.
But who knows? I'm just a simple man.
I heard
But-
there were rumors going around and that people were looking into it, but I don't think Luigi paid a dime on that mansion he inherited. Like, he's just skipping out on the estate tax.
Brutal.
You know, that
Brutal.
brings up an interesting topic. Can anyone truly own the land?
Oh, yes. I believe the answer is yes.
Well, I think he used some sort of haunted Indian burial ground loophole in order to get it into his family. He said because the mansion was full of ghosts, that it was
It was
not
actually rental property, right?
It was rental,
Because of the
exactly. It was
ghosts.
rental property.
And then whose ghost?
And that was a business
Let me ask you
expense.
this then: whose ghosts do you think those are? Do you think that's not Stregonana?
Oh my goodness! It's a Stacanana, the great ghost.
I mean, it's been in the family for too many years to.
But I also heard additional rumors. Okay, do you know what? I heard that their strawberry ice, that's strawberry Italian ice, that's not real strawberries. That's little bits of Mario in there. Boom.
Wait,
that's
you're
what I
telling
heard.
me there isn't real straw in the strawberries?
And I hand this over to my lawyer.
Absolutely
If I may
not.
butt in here,
I heard the red comes from Mario's hat and a little bit of his blood, but mostly his hat.
you're close on the blood part, but it's actually from every single little mushroom that he squashed over his past 13 years of a career. My client Maxwell has absolutely nothing to do with this allegation.
We're not accusing Maxwell of anything. We're just trying to we dug and we found some evidence. As a matter of fact, on another line, and I'm not going to bring them in right now, but I have 27 different women accusing Luigi of inappropriate conduct in the workplace. Key among them is Princess Daisy.
And yet we don't talk about Princess Peach's false allegations against Mario in 1998.
Oh, whoa. Mario's
Yeah,
a different guy.
that's an
okay?
unrelated
Mario's a
case,
different guy.
okay?
Hey, we love Mario here. Luigi and his Italian ice business, totally shady, totally different. I heard that he was going around and he was driving his car around and throwing turtles. That's animal abuse. PETA should be up his butt right now, man.
That is an absolute fallacy. You're drawing connections that simply aren't there.
Plus, we all know why Mario is in jail, obviously.
Because he was buddies with Cuomo.
It's from the Great Koopa Genocide. Also, because he was hanging out with Cuomo.
Ah, that makes sense.
They claim they're just Italian. They're not sexual predators. But
No.
Well, I mean, I also heard about what he was doing to the Goombas in his corporation, okay? He was making all the Goombas work on like the floor level, and he wouldn't promote them just because they were Goombas. I don't think that's the way to run
You
a
know
business.
how the Goombas got their name, actually?
I might tell my lawyer to plead the fifth on this one, actually.
You don't you don't want to know how they got their names. All right?
Who, the Goombas or Luigi? Or the flavors?
The Goombas,
Italian
man,
ice
the
flavors.
Goombas, the damn Goombas.
And it all comes back to the Goombas.
it all comes back to the Goombas. That's the whole heart of this story, Eric.
I mean, you dig deep into this thing, it all boils down to them.
Yeah. They were in ties with the Triad.
That's it. We live in a Goomba society. I think it's time for the Goombas to rise up. They're the ones that are keeping us afloat.
It all comes back to the Goombas. Who's working in HR? The Goombas. Who's making all the shaved ice? It's the Goombas, Eric.
Oh my god, it's a Goomba corporation, and Luigi's just the scapegoat. He's the one on the top.
Now, can we talk prices? I heard you two were in the store the other day. Can we talk ice prices?
I don't know if we can, if the Goombas are running it all, man.
Eric, I have to admit, up until just last week, Luigi's Italian Ice was very priced very well, very competitively, and he delivered a superior product. Was made with the blood of Goombas, but you know.
And Mario hat. Don't forget that.
Oh, of course not.
You know what? Let me chime in here. I'm sick of this victim mentality. Yes, the Goombas have the power right now. I will give you that. But if you think things can't change, you're just part of the problem, buddy. You're part of the problem.
So you're saying is we need to seize the means of
I'm saying
production
it's
from
Carpe
the Goombas?
I'm saying carpe diem.
Carpe Goomba.
What I'm saying is
Got it.
that Goombas are underrepresented in the government right now of Mushroom Kingdom.
Well, we don't know.
They're burning the book. They were burning the
I
book.
personally can't follow what side of this argument that we are on, but we can agree it's all about the Goombas.
All right,
That
Eric, this
seems
is
to
too
be
much
the-
to handle.
the-
I think we have
the
to
only
answer another
common-
question and then thank our sponsors. It's too hot in here for me, man.
It's
And not only because it's a heat wave.
It's Goombas all the way down. End of discussion. We can go into this more on our podcast between the Goomba and me. Coming to the Just Do It Brothers podcast in the unforeseeable future.
Yep.
Ooh, it is getting hot. I'm feeling the heat.
Okay, so we have one more question from Mr. Dino, which asks, "What do you bet your Bippie on?"
Ooh, that's tough. I'm not a betting man. The only betting I do is on my horses, which is totally a surefire win. So that's it. I'm all in on my horse Bippie. I just got him. He's a winner. He's gonna bring me the big bucks. I'm betting the Bippie.
Eric, the way I see it, you got to get to the etymology of the word Bippie. Okay, now Bippie comes from betting on slip and slides. All right, the Bippie is about the it comes from the words the slippy, the drippy, and the rippy, and so those are the three bets you can bet on in a slip and slide competition.
And if you ask me, all my money is always on the drip. But who am I?
Oh
right?
yeah, right. I mean, it's gonna be a drippy. Like 8 out of 10 slips, and then preceding slides end in a drippy, and so it's really the money makers. The drippy's a safe bet, but the money makers are predicting a slippy or a rippy. You know, is there going to be some sort of suit malfunction? And
That's
that's really
famous.
where the phrase "What do you bet your Bippie on?" You know, betting my Bippie. That's where the phrase comes from.
So then, what is the Bippie? I know Max, you are a one podcast entrepreneur, Luigi's Italian Ice Stan, and also significant better. What do you bet your Bippie on?
That's a very good question, and for that, I pass it on to my lawyer again because you know, as we talked about before, we have soup, we have sports. I'm more of a soup guy, and he's the sportsman.
So I like to place a wager here or there, right? You know, just to test the waters. And the one thing I'm really, really looking at when I'm betting on a Bippy, a Sippy, or a Drippy, truthfully, is the way the wind is moving that day. If you're looking at a northeast wind going maybe across, then you know that a Dippy's going to hit. But
Ooh.
if you're getting that wind coming across the nipples, then you bet your sweet bottom dollar that Bippy's going to absolutely smack. And I have bet many, many a times the lease on my parents' home just to really double down on that one, knowing that we have a couple hard nipples in the Bippy.
And can we talk about the yaw? Do you ever measure the yaw?
That's a big question. You don't have the yaw or the draw, which is two major points in
I
this
have heard
conversation.
it's all about the yaw. Maybe a little with the nah, but mostly the yaw.
But that see that is why, and no offense, you're an amateur at this Bippy, Sippy, and Dippy situation. You gotta be
Say
on
less.
the other side of the conversation, truthfully.
See, I'm always running the outcast bet, which is a hey yeah. So
And that's a lethal combo right there.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where we stand, and
Oh, we gotta wrap
What,
this podcast up
I
and
think
thank
it's
our
time to wrap.
sponsors. We're super overtime right now.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I would like to thank Big Rose for sponsoring another podcast. Come on out, Big Rose, try our brand new product. Oops, all grits.
This podcast is brought to you by AA batteries. None of that weak sauce AAA garbage.
Yes, sir. Preach it. I would like to thank Tums, keeping me gasless, acid-free, just generally happy.
And that's important when you're wearing those assless chaps.
Oh, yes, sir, it is.
Oh, we got way more sponsors. This podcast is also made possible by betting on your own court cases. Got to thank Max's lawyer for that one. Bet on all your own court cases.
Well, you know, I didn't go to community college for nothing.
And I would have to thank the national slip and slide competition coming up next weekend. That's right. The only sporting event where betting is actually integral to the whole event. That's right. We have the competitors betting, and that's where the fun lies.
This podcast is also sponsored this week by Luigi Did Nothing Wrong Fund. That's right. Try and bail your man out of prison with Luigi Did Nothing Wrong Fund. He's innocent.
And if you don't mind me hopping in here, I'd like to add in one more sponsor, which is incredibly small trash cans. Stuff you can't fit enough in and keep filling up. And they don't really mean too much, but you keep them around your house. Very small trash cans.
Love to hear it. They're great. Big sponsor. Well, even more important than that, I just got word. I got a phone call, a ring from this new sponsor we got, which is Luigi is a murdering, terrible person that needs to go in jail fund. That's right. Donate because Luigi definitely isn't innocent.
Ooh, that's catchy. Well, Eric, we got to thank Homegrown Hops for sponsoring us every week. And with that, this has been another episode of Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Master Gorb. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
And for the love of God, man,
just try and make sense of this podcast because it's all over the place. But more importantly, send it.
All right. I mean, we're still recording, but that was a good podcast, Max. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for bringing your lawyer in.
That was absolutely electric.